न तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति पदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सगण रघुनाथान्वितान् त्वं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण. So verse number 18, 19 and 20, we will try to see these three verses today. In these three verses, Krishna is explaining what is his relation with this demonic people, how he is connected with this demonic mentality or demonic, bodily features, both of these type of people. So we will see that one by one. We will start with verse number 18 first, and we will chant that together, and then we will move to next verse. So Haladar Das Prabhuji, please. If you can please chant the verse number 18, we will try to repeat after you.
Hare Krishna Mataji,
Hare
Dhanyavad.
Krishna. Dandavad.
So we are in chapter 16, text number 18 on page number 632, English Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So the wordings are like ahankaram balam darpam kamam krodam cha samshitaha. Mam atma or mamatma, mam atma paradehishu pradvishyanto Pradvishyanto Vyasuyakaha. Very easy if you try it, it's not that difficult. Ahankaram balam darpam kamam krodam cha samshitaha mam atma paradeheshu pradvishyanto vyasuyakaha. Again. Ahankaram balam darpam kamam krodam cha samshitaha mam atma paradeheshu pradvishyanto vyasuyakaha. Hare Krishna. Let's try it.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Ahankaram balam darpam kamam krodam cha sanshvitaha mamatma paradeheshu pradvishyanto bhyasuyakaha pradvishyanto bhyasuyakaha. Hari Bol. Thank you.
Very nice.
Please try. Please take turns.
Hare Krishna. Smriti is reading. Ahankaram balam darpam kamam krodham cha samshrita mam atma paradeheshu pradvishanto bhyasuyaka. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Harshita speaking. Ahankaram balam darpam kamam krodham cha samshrita mamatma paradeheshu pradvishanto bhayasuyaka. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Har Prasad reading. Ahankaram balam darpam kamam krodam cha sanchita mamatma paradesho pratidsanto abhyasuyakaha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. अहङ्कारं बलं दर्पं कामं क्रोधं च संश्रितः मामात्मपरदेहेषु प्रद्विक्षन्तो अभ्यसूयकाः। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण महासत्य धन्यवाद प्रणाम। अहङ्कारं बलं दर्पं कामं क्रोधं च संश्रिताः मामात्मपरदेहेषु प्रद्विषन्तोऽभ्यसूयकाः। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण। अहंकारं बलं दर्पं कामं क्रोधं च संश्रितः ममात्मा परदेहेषु प्रद्विष्यन्तो अभ्यसूयकः। हरे कृष्ण।
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. So synonyms are ahankaram means false ego, balam means strength, darpam means pride, kamam means lust, krodham means anger, cha also, samsritaha means having taken shelter of. Ashritaha means shelter to, and it is saying samshritaha means having taken shelter of. Mam, me, Atma in their own, para, and in other, Deheshu, bodies, Pradvishanto or Pradvishantaha means blasphemy, uh, Abhyasuyakaha. Abhyasuyaka means envious. Translation. Bewildered by false ego, strength, pride, lust, and anger, the demons become envious of the Supreme Personality of a Godhead who is situated in their own bodies and in the bodies of others, and blaspheme against the real religion. So here two things are there in the translation. Prabhupada added this bewildered, this is a word, because what is the effect of having this false ego, strength, pride, lust, and anger? Prabhupada is saying that these things are bewildering you. These things are, uh, you know, they are the effect of these all the things. These bad qualities is that you are not able to see what you are supposed to see. You are not able to see the truth, and in that condition you are not looking at, or you are not even properly understanding that Krishna is sitting in your own heart, that supreme person, that supreme soul, he is sitting in your own heart, but you are started talking against that supreme person. You are talking against, you are becoming envious of this supreme person, but that supreme person is situated in your body and others body too. So why it is others body? Because others body he is situated. So you don't have to show this anger, or you don't have to differentiate between both of them, and then your body and others body, and pride and ahankar and all these things are coming because you're not identifying that the same super soul is situated in all the bodies. And that's why we feel that like I'm superior to that, I'm inferior to that. Both are like big due to the pride only. And also because of this kind of a conditioning of our mind, we get angry on each other, and we don't understand that that same person, supreme person is sitting inside my heart, and that is same person sitting inside others heart. Also, what is the effect is we start talking against that person, against that supreme person who is situated in our heart. So Prabhupada added this bewildered, that word into the translation. And also Atma is a word that is there in the shloka, that Mama Atma, Mama Atma. So Mama Atma, me, and in Atma means in their own. Here we said that in their own bodies. So we are part and parcel of the Krishna. Krishna is the Paramatma, and we are all Atma. And that Atma word is used for only soul, and sometimes it is used for the combination of soul, mind, and intelligence. That is a subtle body. Sometimes this Atma is used for the entire body also. So here Krishna, Prabhupada is saying that this word is used here for complete body. So Krishna is saying that I am situated in your body and others' body, and for that Atma word is used. So let's see what is written in the purport, and then we will discuss this verse. So Sumati Mataji, would you like to read, please?
Yes, Mataji. Purport by Srila Prabhupada and Srila Prabhupada ki jai. A demonic person, being always against God's supremacy, does not like to believe in the scriptures. He is envious of both the scriptures and the existence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is caused by his so-called prestige and his accumulation of wealth and strength. He does not know that the present life is a preparation for the next life. Not knowing this, he is actually envious of his own self, as well as of others. He commits violence on other bodies and on his own. He does not care for the supreme control of the personality of Godhead, because he has no knowledge. Being envious of the scriptures and the supreme personality of Godhead, he puts forward false arguments against the existence of God and denies the scriptural authority. He thinks himself independent and powerful in every action. He thinks that since no one can equal him in strength, power, or wealth, he can act in any way and no one can stop him. If he has an enemy who might check the advancement of his sensual activities, he makes plans to cut him down by his own power. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. So again, today morning we are reading about like demonic mentality. Here, Krishna is explaining in this verse that like how these demonic people, they are all not in their proper senses because of the ego, strength, pride, lust, and anger. And Prabhupada is explaining in the purport that what they do when they are not in their own senses, they start disregarding the scriptures. They do not believe in the scripture, and then the scriptures are the manuals. They are the guide. They are talking about how to live in this material world, how to lead a life so that we will take advantage or take a most of it, this body, this environment, whatever is around us, we can make a use of it and go back home, back to Godhead, to our original position. But instead of doing that, they do not believe in the scripture, and then they not only keep it to themselves, but they even propagate that, like, these scriptures are bad, the scriptures are saying something that I don't believe, and you also stop believing. Just like Ravana and Kansa, they stopped people from worshipping Supreme Personality of a Godhead. They stopped people from believing in the scripture. So these are the demonic mentality. These are what demonic people do. They not only they themselves are convinced that the scriptures are not helping me, but they propagate that, and they they take like advantage of the innocent people, and they distract them also, and they are doing all this on the strength of their wealth and strength will make them so proud, and they are they are all the time, they are because of this strength, they want to take advantage of everyone, and they want to exploit everything. They want to use each and everything for their own sense gratification, and that is called as a lust. They want to snatch away from the others also to satisfy their own senses, and if they don't get it, they become angry. So this is all we see around us also, and sometimes within us also. So this is a classic demonic mentality, and Krishna is saying how they are related to me, that I'm situated in their heart also. So it is not that, like, Krishna is sitting into some class of the people, and Krishna is not in the other class of the people. And this is very important, that even if we are the highest in the varnashram system, even if we have achieved a really highest power and strength, still we have to always keep it in mind that Krishna is situated in everyone's body, and everyone is part and parcel of the Krishna. And so we have to really respect each and everyone. The same way we respect the deities, the same way we respect the senior devotees, we are supposed to respect everyone. And that is a main purport that Krishna is repeating throughout this Bhagavad Gita many, many times, that I am situated in everyone's heart. Even he is saying that, like, even if you are in the chapter, I guess 13th verse, he's saying that like even if you are very, very sinful person, still I'm there. Still I'm situated in your heart. So in the 15th chapter also he's saying that like how I'm situated in heart. So what is the purpose of telling this again and again? That respect everyone. Do not kill animal. Do not take advantage of anyone, because I am situated in everyone. And when you are doing that to any other person, I am seeing that, like I am witnessing that. So this is, we have to always keep it in mind. And he commits like the demonic people who rejects this concept, who reject all the scriptures, who are talking about Krishna's presence in everyone's heart. They reject it completely, and then they commit violence. They cut off others' body. They exploit others' body, and then this demonic people becomes more and more demonic. This mentality becomes more and more cruel or demonic. And then the Supreme Personality of a Godhead, he puts forward the false argument against the scriptures. And I started reading it from the half of the sentence. Sorry about that. So he commits violence on other body and on his own body too. So they are how they are doing harm to their own bodies. Sometimes they do very harsh tapasya for their own fulfillment. And that is also like we had seen in the scripture, that like how ants and worms, they ate the body of Hiranyakashipu, but still he was doing that tapasya because he wanted to become immortal in the end. So they are harming their own body. Also they are harming their atma, because their atma is, they are degrading. They are taking it more and more down. It is going to cover more and more with the bad things. So that is how they are harming themselves also. And then what they do is, because of their control, because he does not care about the Supreme Personality, is a controller of everything and everyone, and he has no knowledge about that. He start taking control of others also, and he thinks himself independent and powerful in every action. But the fact is that we are not independent at all, and we are not at all powerful. I mean, whatever power we are getting it from Krishna only. But because he is rejecting all the religious scriptures, he is not in this proper understanding. So he's no one is independent, and but these people think that they are independent, powerful. Everything that they have achieved, it is with their own strength, and then they want to take a full advantage of it by exploiting others. So he thinks that since no one can equal him in strength, power, or wealth, he can act in any way and no one can stop him. So classic example is a Hitler also, and so many powerful political parties that we had seen, that they think that no one can stop them. They are not scared of God, or they are not at all God fearing people. At least God fearing is some way little bit better than the people who are with a demonic mentality, thinking that there is nothing like a God exists. So because they have so much belief in their own power and their own existence, they like a Hitler, they start harming others. And then they because there is no worry that this karma will come back to me, or what will happen if I die. So that's why in the scriptures like Quran, or in the scriptures like Bible, they are scaring people, that they are saying that if you do that, that will happen. Even part of our scriptures also, there is a Bhagavatam. If you read the sixth canto last chapter, or fifth canto last chapter, it is talking about all the hellish planet, that if you do this thing wrong, you will go to this type of punishment you will get. You will go to that kind of a hellish planet. There are so many different places where different kind of punishments are given, and it is described very in detail that where will you go if you do this. So all these descriptions are given in all the scriptures, because at least because of this fear, we'll stop doing the bad things. We will stop harming others. But these demonic mentality people, they do not care about it, and they continue harming people. Sorry. If he has an enemy who might be like, if he's considering someone as an enemy, there is no enemy at all. But if he's considering someone as an enemy, and that enemy is becoming powerful than him, then he wants to cut head of that enemy, or he wants to kill that enemy, or he wants to harm that enemy. So this is all written in this purport, that what are these demonic people and how do they how do they harm others. Now let's see what is the consequences of doing that in the 19th text. So, Haladhar Das Prabhuji, please kindly read this verse. And
Okay, that's Mataji. Thank you. So text 19 is the wording that tan aham dvisat kruran sansareshu naradaman Chipami ajastram asubhan asuriswa eva yonishu. Or you can go Sanskrit way. Tanaham disat kruran sansareshu naradaman Chipamya jastram asubhan asuriswa eva yonishu. But English way is the best way to go here, easier. So we go Tan aham disat kruran sansareshu naradaman Shipami ajastram asubhan asurisva eva yonisu. Hare Krishna.
thank you, Prabhuji, so much. Tanaham dvishatah kruran. I'll just start again. Tanaham dvishatah kruran samsareshu naradhaman क्षिपाम्यजस्त्रामशुभाना अशुभानाम् asurishvaiva yonishu. Synonyms are tan means those, aham means I, dvishatah means envious. So it is coming from the word dvesha. So dvesh means envy, and vishatah means envious. Kruran means mischievous. So kruran, cruelty means like, harming others or something like that. But here Prabhupada very nicely translated it to the mischievous. And we will see that how that changes completely the meaning of this kruran in this particular verse. Samsareshu, into the ocean of the material existence. Naradaman means the lowest of the mankind. Nara means man or mankind. And Adhaman means like, it is down, taking down. So lowest of the mankind means the hellish planet. Kshipam. Kshipam means I put. Ajastram means forever. Ashubham means inauspicious. Asureshu, that means demonic. Eva, certainly. Yonishu, into the womb. Sorry, I'm not reading it. If someone has to say chapter and verse number is what? Okay, it is a chapter number 16, verse number 19. So here the translation is those who are envious and mischievous, who are the lowest among the men, I perpetually cast into the ocean of the material existence, into various demonic species of the life. So here again, Krishna is explaining what is his relation with the demonic people. First, he said that like I am situated in everyone's heart, including these demonic people also. And here he is saying that like what action I'm going to take for these demonic people is that if they are envious and if they are mischievous, if it's like they are cruel, that is what is a word given. But here like a mischievous child is there, and father is punishing to that mischievous child, and sometimes father shout at that mischievous child that okay, get out of my house and do not come here. Or sometimes father is like giving like very young kids like time out, that you have to sit in certain corner and you can't come to this home any other place. So this kind of a punishment Krishna is talking about, and that's why it is not a cruel, means krura means not cruel but mischievous. So those who are very envious and mischievous, they are envious towards Krishna, envious towards all the living beings, and they are behaving very mischievously in this material world, and they are very lower mentality. This mentality is something Krishna is not at all praising. They are not at all wise. This is a very lower kind of a mentality. And so what I will do is, if you have a lower kind of mentality, then you don't have any rights to stay among these other men who are having the higher mentality, or they are trying to achieve the higher goal. So let me put you to the planets where there are all the Rakshasas, and all the people who are not only having the lower mentality but the lower mentality kind of a body also. I will push you down to that kind of a lower planetary system. That is what Krishna is saying. I perpetually cast into the ocean of a material existence into various demonic species of the life. So they will be getting a demonic body also. Those kind of a species they will accept, and because of this body they will have to go to the lower planetary systems. And this is the punishment Krishna is talking about here, which is again, as I said, that it is given in the other religion also, in the other granthas also. They are talking about this kind of a punishment. And this is again because father or mother, they shout at the kid, and then they say that, like, you have to stand outside full day, or you do not come inside my house if you are acting so mischievously. What to talk about other people, but like Yashoda Maya is even tying the ropes around the Krishna also, and he is running behind him with this stick, because she don't want anyone else to talk, say anything to their that baby. So same kind of a bhav Krishna is having for these people who are having this mischievous or demonic mentality. But Krishna is saying that this time I'm going to put you into the demonic species, because that is how you are acting, and I'm going to push you down to the lower planetary system. So we have to see the love of Krishna while punishing also, and that is the way of. Hello, Haribol. Someone is your. If you are unmute, please mute yourself. If you are not asking question, because that is. We will discuss it later. But just mute yourself. Thank you. So that is a Krishna's very loving bhav even behind this particular sentence also, that he is going to put you into that kind of a species. Now another thing is that we had seen that, like, whatever is our strong desire, the way we act, the way we do our karma, we get that kind of a body. Suppose a person who is in a human form, and in human body he's supposed to achieve the higher level of a consciousness, but instead of that he's spending, like, 18 to 20 hours in the water just doing the practice. I want to become the best, best at swimming or something like that. He's having a passion, he's having very craze of, like, swimming, and doing all sorts of the water activity. Then Krishna will think that, oh, he likes it so much, but this body is not appropriate to stay 24/7 in this water body. So what I will do is, I will give this particular soul next life a body of a fish, or a body of a shark, or body of some species that they are comfortable living in the water body. So is this a punishment? No, Krishna is giving you facility to fulfill your desire. So same way, if you are having a demonic mentality, and if you are having that demonic way of, like, taking advantage of others, and then acting very mischievously with others, and you are planning to always um, take people down, always, cut off your enemy's head, and that kind of a plan and that kind of a mentality, you are keep on thinking about it, then Krishna says that if that is what is your mentality, if that is what how you want to be, if that is what is your desire, let me give you the body which is a demonic body. So this complete verse, we have to understand that Krishna is not actually punishing but fulfilling their desire and facilitating them with the body that will, that will fulfill their desire. But then again, what will happen, what is the consequence of that kind of desires, that is also Krishna is talking in the next verse. So here very nicely, very systematically, these three verses are talking and keeping you away from this demonic mentality. So if you have a slightest of the demonic mentality, please stay away from that, because what is the consequences is that Krishna will sense that okay, these kind of mentality you have, then he will give you that kind of a body, you will go to the demonic species, and then you will go to the lower of the planetary system. And then what happens when you go to the lower planetary system is given in the 20th verse. Krishna is saying that attending repeated birth amongst the species of the demonic life, O son of a Kunti, such a person can never approach me, and gradually they sink down to the most abominable type of existence. So people who are right now in a proper consciousness and who are thinking of going towards the higher consciousness, they should be they should do this svadhyaya, they should examine themselves again and again. And even the slightest of this demonic quality, if you have it in you, that like dvesha towards other living being or competition towards other living being, and then like if you are praying that in your mind that like let something bad happen to that person because he did bad to me, if you are having anger, if you are having that lusty desire, then see the consequences in the 19th and the 20th verse, and you be fearful of like not thinking or not giving water to that kind of thoughts. So that is a very, very important, that is a lesson that we are learning. So 20th verse, asurim yogina, asurim yogi mapanna, muda janmani janmani, mam pravyeva kaunteya, tato yantya, tato yantya dhamam gatim. That means asurim means demonic, yonim means species, apana means that gaining. Apan is like gaining something. So after gaining this demonic species, I mean that kind of a body, these kind of a muda, these foolish people, why they are foolish? Because they had not taken advantage of this human body. They got the best out of best, but they are not taking advantage of it. They had put into like very nice Tesla car, but their mentality is I want to I want to go to the some muddy water, or I want to do hiking, or I mean they are thinking about doing something very crazy with like putting into the very nice electrical car. So electrical car is there for taking them on the highway from A point to B point. Everything is nice there, but instead of using that car for that purpose, they are using it for some weird purpose. So they are mood, they are foolish, they are idiot, because they are taking the Tesla car into the field and they are trying to move the field with the Tesla car. They don't understand that way. They need a tractor there, or they need a different kind of a body there. So that's why they are foolish, and that's why Krishna is saying that okay, I'm fulfilling your desire. I'm giving you tractor. Now use that tractor and then do whatever you want to do in that field. And then Janmani, Janmani means the birth after birth after birth, this kind of a cycle will go on. Because if once you are in that kind of a body, your mentality and your thinking, your desire will go around that kind of a, that mental, I mean, it will go around same way. Once you start reading the Bhagavad Gita, you want to read the Bhagavad Gita, you want to associate with the good people, and you will keep on progressing on that. Same way, if once you are going into one day into a crowd or a people who are having really bad habits, they're drinking, smoking, one day you will go, another you will go, and slowly you get attracted towards it, and then you start going to that kind of crowd every day, and slowly you start yourself also drinking and smoking. So this is the effect of the association. So even the body that you are in, that also affects you, because you are associating with this body. You are associating with the tamo, rajo, and sattva guna in that body. So if you are having the asuri body, which is a very, very tamasic body, then you will think about the tamasic plans only. You will desire tamasic, you will act tamasic, and you will get the tamasic body again and again. That's why it is said that Janmani Janmani, in birth after birth, you will get this body. Mam, me, aparapya means without achieving, eva, certainly, kaunteya, O son of a Kunti, tatah, thereafter, yanti, go, adhama, adhama means condemn, gatim, destination. Translation is, again, I'll read the translation. Attending repeated birth amongst the species of demonic life, O son of Kunti, such a persons can never approach me. Gradually, they sink down to the most abominable type of existence. Hari bol. So, uh, did we went through the purport of 80? Sumati Mataji? Okay. Valli Mataji,
Masterji, we went to the purport of 18, but we didn't go through the purport of 19.
okay. Please read in purport 19. And Valli Mataji, you can read purport 20th. Harshita Mataji also can read, but I can't hear her voice when she starts reading. So,
Uh,
Hare
yes,
Krishna
Masterji.
Mataji, I can't read today. I don't have the book. Can you please allow me
okay,
for
no
today?
problem.
I'm just in hearing mode. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Okay, go ahead, Sumati Mataji. Yeah.
Yes, purport, text 19 by Srila Prabhupada and Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. In this verse, it is clearly indicated that the placing of a particular individual soul in a particular body is the prerogative of the supreme will. The demonic person may not agree to accept the supremacy of the Lord, and it is a fact that he may act according to his own whims, but his next birth will depend upon the decision of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and not on himself. In the Srimad Bhagvatam, third canto, it is stated that an individual soul, after his death, is put into the womb of a mother where he gets a particular type of body under the supervision of superior power. Therefore, in the material existence, we find so many species of life, animal, insects, men, and so on. All are arranged by the supreme power. They are not accidental. As for the demonic, it is clearly said here that they are perpetually put into the wombs of demons, and thus they continue to be envious, the lowest of mankind. Such demonic species of men are held to be always full of lust, always violent and hateful, and always unclean. The many kinds of hunters in the jungle are considered to belong to the demoniac species of life. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Please read 20th also.
Yes, Mataji. Text 20, purport by Srila Prabhupada and Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. It is known that God is all merciful, but here we find that God is never merciful to the demoniac. It is clearly stated that the demoniac people, life after life, are put into the womb of similar demons, and not achieving the mercy of the Supreme Lord, they go down and down, so that at last they achieve the bodies like those of cats, dogs, and hogs. It is clearly stated that such demons have practically no chance of receiving the mercy of God at any stage of later life. In the Vedas also, it is stated that such persons gradually sink to become dogs and hogs. It may be then argued in this connection that God should not be advertised as all merciful if he is not merciful to such demons. In answer to this question, in the Vedanta Sutra, we find that the Supreme Lord has no hatred for anyone. The placing of the asuras, the demons, in the lowest status of life is simply another feature of his mercy. Sometimes the asuras are killed by the Supreme Lord, but this killing is also good for them. For in Vedic literature, we find that anyone who is killed by the Supreme Lord becomes liberated. There are instances in history of many asuras, Ravana, Kamsa, Hiranyakashipu, to whom the Lord appeared in various incarnations just to kill them. Therefore, God's mercy is shown to the asuras if they are fortunate enough to be killed by him. Hare Krishna.
Mm. Hari Hari. So, again, after reading purport, just one or two comments, and then we can discuss these three verses. So you can also contribute. You can also tell what you like best out of these three purports, and what is it that lessons you learned today. So 2 or 3 points that again we will see is that Prabhupada is again mentioning that it is a mercy of the Krishna when he puts them into the demonic body, because they will be get the most mercy sometimes by when they come in front of the Krishna and they are getting killed by the Krishna. In addition to that, like even the devotees like Narad Muni also shower their mercy on these people. So even if they are in the dog, hog, or any kind of a body, we see that like with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, um, or many of the acharyas actually in the scripture, there are many other places also. There are different kind of pious people, or I'll say saintly people. They are showering their mercy on the dogs and cats and some more the animal they are accompanying, and it says that god, he also received the Vaikuntha because he was constantly with the demonic constantly associating with the saintly people. So we had seen these kind of example that like how devotees are so much merciful, like even if god is putting or telling them like do not go there, do not give them this knowledge to these devotees, but still this devote sorry, I'll just go back and I will repeat this sentence again. Sometimes God is punishing them, like putting them into this kind of a bodies, demonic bodies, or a dog or hog or a lower species of the body. And he's saying that like I'm preventing them from getting close to me, getting near to me. But devotees are so merciful that they will still go there to the lower species, to the lower planetary system, like Narad Muni went, and they will shower their mercy upon them so that they will come in contact with some way or the other one of these nine processes, and they will achieve Krishna consciousness. And even if the slightest of the association swalpamapyasya, and they do slightest of the nine processes, like hearing process or remembering Krishna process, they will achieve Krishna. So by Krishna putting them into this lower species is not a punishment, but again we have to understand that it is a very rare chances that we get that devotee visiting there, or very rare chances that you are coming across Krishna and he's killing you. So why to go to this lower species of a life? It is a very dangerous place. It's a very dangerous position. So take advantage of where you are today and accept Krishna consciousness, and try to go to the higher planet or higher your consciousness instead of going downwards. So sorry about that. I was not paying attention. I'm getting another call also. So I will stop here. Please comment on it, whatever you have to say, what you liked in today's class, or more than that, from this purport, is there anything that that you want to take home as a lesson today? Hare Krishna, Vikas Prabhu, we will start with you today, because I haven't heard you from last few classes. So please help us understand these three verses and share what you understood, Prabhuji. Hari Bol, Vikas Prabhu, are you there?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Nicely explained, Mataji. You mentioned that, one of the things that sort of stuck to me is the super soul is there in everybody's body. And yet we either degrade our own bodies and Atma by
Mm.
taking downwards in the different realms of creation. We also cause harm to others, and that harm to others is because we think they are inferior in some way, or we can dominate on them, or that they have done something to us, etc. So all of that is, generated two thoughts in my mind. One, the demoniac nature is nothing else but a further manifestation of what we've learned to be the mode of ignorance. The bewilderment, etc., are the characteristics of the mode of ignorance. And if it gets to a, you know, we can keep adding fuel to the fire. So if ignorance keeps going up, it will lead to
Mhm.
kind of thinking and this kind of mentality over many many births, and then
Mm.
it's not like it's irreversible, because the Lord's mercy is always there. He's always very merciful. He's in the heart of even the soul that is in the 28th level of the hells that are described in Bhagavatam. So he's still there. He's with that soul also. So that is
Mm.
his mercy. And he may, at times, if the person is really repenting and feeling sorry for his condition, slowly positivity will come out. But what Krishna is really saying is that's a very, very long cycle, and then try not to get into that cycle. So that was
Mm.
other thought I was thinking is, no matter what we are, whether it is in beauty, strength, fame, etc., assign ourselves whatever value we want, million, billion, trillion, etc. But at the end of the day, the Lord is infinite. The moment we add infinite to point zero 0.01, or we add infinity to trillion, the end result is still infinity. So the moment
Mm.
to see the Lord in everything, the end result will always be the same. We will not then be thinking about, oh, he is just a body, and the body is of whatever size, shape, form, or wealth. We will then see, oh no, it is him, but behind him is somebody who has everything in infinity. So then
Mm.
hopefully that should change our thinking, at least once in a while. If we can apply this thinking, it would be useful for us to
Mhm.
become more and more God conscious all the time. Hare Krishna.
Such a nice point, Prabhuji. Very nice. Thank you again for reminding us that, like, how to see super soul in others and to not harm them, and also see super soul within us, because he's only giving the beauty, strength, whatever you have. So don't be proud of what you possess. Yeah. Thank you. Anything, Sumati Mataji?
Hare Krishna,
Surinder?
Mataji.
Yeah.
Mataji, from this class, I really like the point that was made in text 18, that because of envy and mischievousness, um, Krishna cast the soul into the demonic species of life. So what I really like from this point is because we are envious. That's why we are in this material world, because
Mm.
so I really like that point. And envy is the first to come and the last to leave. So yeah, that this was I really like this point. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. Very nice. We are envious, and that's why we are in this material body. And if we become more and more envious, we will go to more and more lower species. So thank you again, Mataji. Thank you for this reminding us. Surinder Bhandari ji, Geeta Mataji, Chamrasika Mataji, Ladurdas Prabhuji. Anybody can you please comment anything that you like so far?
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Geeta. So I just wanted to ask you, you said that if somebody does a lot of focus on one thing, then God is so kind that he gives him in the next birth, according to what he did. Like, for example, you said fish, right?
Hmm.
So is it that if somebody is I'm just thinking, my mind is just, I'm thinking aloud. If somebody is very fond of swimming and is focused a lot on swimming, then is it that then the next birth they'll become a fish?
I just gave it as an example, Mataji, because like next body depends on so many things, our desires, karma, so many factors are there at the time of leaving this body, what we are thinking. So that was just an example that, like, if you have a wonderful body and if you're not taking advantage of that, by reading the scripture and progressing, human body is to achieve Krishna consciousness. If you are not doing that, and instead of that you are focusing on something else, then you will get that kind of a body which is appropriate to do that activity. So that was an example, Mataji, just.
Okay, thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, but that's what I meant, that if you are not using that body to do what it is supposed to do, and instead of that you are using it for something else, then that for that something else this body is not appropriate. So you will get that kind of a body to do that. So if someone is having strong desire, then yes, I mean, yeah. Thank you,
Thank you,
Mataji.
Mataji. Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Yeah, so it is very, I mean, we know this for a fact that God is in every soul, you know. The thing is that, but when it's so difficult sometimes when somebody
Mm.
being so, on a daily basis. I mean, we have to remind ourselves all the time, because it's not natural to say that yes, there is Krishna in him or her, even though they are doing wrong things to us, we have to keep saying that, it's not easy in a practical world, but yeah, we have to practice what to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it is difficult, Mataji, to accept that, Krishna is sitting in this demonic mentality, people also. But Krishna is pure, and so is that soul pure. But that the covering or the body that, they are in, that is that is what is doing all this, forcing them to do the activities. Three gunas are something that is through that three gunas filter, these activities are becoming very weird. And very nice example is given once in one of the lecture I heard, that someone is tied up with the three rope. I mean, so badly that his mouth is covered, his eyes are also there is a very one eye is closed because of this thread, or I will say that rope. And then his eyes are his hands are tied, his legs are tied, and in that situation his mouth is also covered with the rope, and that person is not able to say something very properly, or when he try to express something, he looks so weird. You feel that what is this person is doing, but he just wanted to express something, but it comes out very weirdly. So same way, the pure soul is there, pure Krishna is there, sitting within the heart of that person. But because these ropes are so rope of ignorance, like tamoguna and all that, those so tied up so much that it comes out that expression very weirdly. And that's why some people, even their love is also very angrily they express. So we have to understand, and then leave it that we have to be very compassionate towards them, that oh, poor thing, they are so much tied up by these gunas that they are not even able to express themselves properly, and ignore them. That is how we can. I mean, it is very difficult. It is very difficult. Even if I've been saying that, I've been trying that, but it is not that every time you are able to, you will remember that. Sometimes you spontaneously react in a different way, but try, Mataji, because this is a long journey, and we are going to just try, and one day we will achieve that.
Yes, Mataji, thank you very much, that is true. But if
Mm.
somebody is very close to us, then maybe we can also, but who are we actually? We, who knows, we are also, we think we are nobody's superior. Maybe, we are nobody to tell somebody how to behave or how to act, or, we think in our
Mm.
perspective that they are doing a wrong thing, but we may not be right always. So it's
Yeah,
best to
yeah,
ignore it. You're right.
yeah, and maybe it is our karma, past life. We must have done something, and that's why it is coming back to us. Every time when the people are behaving bad with you, you have to remember that this is a letter sent by Krishna to us, because in the past life I must have done something bad, so it is coming back to me, my own karma, or it is something that Krishna wants to teach me and later coming by from the Krishna. So these are the people who are delivering me this letter. They are just a instrument, they are just a postman. So do not get angry on the postman. You have to think about, like, from where it is coming. It is coming either from my past karma, in that case, like, um, someone who is maintaining your record of your past karma is sending you that letter, or it is coming from the Krishna. So that is a best way to, because sometimes even with me also, like, consistently I come across the same situation, uh, but the people are different, because some groups are behaving in certain way. Okay, to avoid that, if I stop talking to them, that same thing will come from the different person. Then if you stop talking to that person, then third. So you have to just accept it, that this is my own karma, that is why I'm coming across in this situation. So accept it, accept that, whatever, whatever, uh, they are insulting you or they are treating you bad way, accept it, and just, think that, like, this is what is, like, I'm getting back what I had done in my past karma. So that is another way of looking at the things. So yeah, there, I mean, it is Krishna himself say in the fourth chapter, it is very, very difficult to understand this, how this karma and everything works. So we don't even want to go there in so much detail, but we have to understand one thing, that whatever bad things coming into our life, it is due to our past karma, and we have to behave in such a way that, like, at least our future will be better.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna Mataji, very, very nice discussion. I'm just listening. As you say, the karma, and in one other class, I heard that there is like no difference, different people like demonic or daivic. So everything is situated within us. Sometimes we feel the same way when the ignorance and this darkness is covered, right? You gave the example very nice, Mataji, when he's tied with these ropes or anything that they can't see, they can, the ropes are also tied because of our bondage only, right?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yes,
sometimes
Mataji.
we feel we can clearly see the other people's mentality, and they are not doing good, and it is hard for us to inspect our own things. And that's what I
Yeah,
feel, because
yeah. Yes,
it
yes,
was so
yes.
nice.
Yes, yes, yes. Very nicely you said, because Mataji, the body that we get in this life,
Yeah.
it because of the past karma. So some
Mhm.
ropes are there, they are, like, tied up to you. And some,
Yeah.
like, ignorance and all that, you yourself had holding on to it. You are not leaving
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah,
So it is
yeah.
a combination of both. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Something is constant and fixed, something is variable. At least we can try to remove that variable things. That's what I feel, because the close people that we have in our family, I feel as a fixed, because we can't change anything. We have to maintain with them, and we have to even however the mentality is, but the variable things, at least we can select the places where we can go and select our devotee community, and those things,
Yeah.
at least bit by bit. So Krishna sees our endeavor, like how we are
Mm,
proceeding and what your intention is, right? Bhavagrahi
mm,
Janardana. So once we go into that thought process, he will help us, like creating the world around us also favorable for us. That's
mm,
what I said.
mm,
Bye
mm.
bye. Have a
Sometimes
good
we feel like these people are so rude and they're acting differently, and they can't even understand what is devotion is. And such people also can turn around and they start helping us in some
Mm.
situations. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. No, very nice, Mataji. Yes, yes. There are so many things we can just think about, like, and everyone will have maybe different understanding will help Geeta Mataji. Like, for me, this rope thing works. For, like, Valli Mataji, something else must be working. Sometimes, like, thinking that, like, okay, my own karma coming back, that also give you a peace.
मैंने
So
किया नहीं,
yeah.
अभी बनाया नहीं है। अच्छा ये देखो, ये यही आपका आ रहा है या कुछ और आ रहा है?
So the other thing is, Mataji, we have to look at patterns. Like you said, if the same thing is coming back, and because we have to be introspective as to it from different sources, then definitely we have to realize that this is a letter from Krishna, that you this is because some of our what do you say, some things are
ये
very deep.
पहले मेरे को ये बताओ बंदा,
So, I mean, we have to see the
आप पहले ये
pattern.
देखो, आपका लेसन नहीं आ रहा है या कुछ और आ रहा है?
Surender Bhandari Prabhuji, can you please mute your phone? Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Mataji.
Yeah, so the thing is that we have to see the pattern, and see how strongly the message is coming from Krishna. I mean, though I never thought of it this way, yes, because sometimes you get surrounded by same message coming from different sources. One should be little aware, this is where one have this to, because but they also say, Mataji, that you look for these things in others when you have it in yourself. So if suppose
That
I
is
find
also true.
so if I find that many people, I'm just giving an example, is envious of me, so maybe I'm envious of them, so I'm seeing that they are envious of me.
Yeah,
Uh,
yes, that is
so
true
I
too.
don't know how to overcome that, but yeah, we should look for the messages the Lord is sending. But yeah, thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, like all these qualities, if you see in yourself, then again there is a solution how to come over it. If you are, if you are angry with someone, envious of someone, try to see the good quality in that person, try to praise them. If you can't do it in front of their face, at least do it like, behind their back, we talk the bad thing instead of start talking really good thing about others. So there are ways, Mataji. So if there is a particular verse we will come across, I will explain again. But at least identifying that like this is in me, this fault is in me, that is a big start. From there we can find out the solution.
Yes, Mataji. Actually, in practical life, I must tell you, it's like we all know this, but like I have somebody in India, and if I send positive waves mentally, I have seen the relationship turns automatically in a few days beautiful here. So
That's so nice.
so it the sending positive vibrations, 7 seas away matter so much. Can you believe it? I've had practical experience of that, and very from black to white the relationship has changed, Mataji. I mean, it's so beautiful. Thank you, Mataji.
Wow, that is nice. Very nice. Surinder
Also
Bhandari
telling
ji.
Mataji, because even the people that we are afraid of, or that we are feeling like down about, even they come really close, and because it is the same super soul sitting in everyone, right? That is the message, how it is passing like a current. So once we think about them, it will touch their heart, and even the person can't understand, the transformation will happen from within, and it will work it out.
Yeah, because we are sending this positive vibration, like Mataji was saying, sending it to the super soul. He is receiving too, and he is also making that changes into the behavior of that soul. So yeah, that is
Only this
wonderful.
Sravanam will make it happen, Mataji, when we listen to these classes early in the morning. When you said that we are starting with a demonic mentality this morning, we can even think like how to correct ourselves, right? Yesterday in
Yes.
one more class, I heard that there are like 3-4 points that we have to correct. Don't take all the 3-4 points at the same time. You correct one after another. For example, if you are waking up late, first take that. If you are eating habits are irregular, so there are many things, right, to make ourselves disciplined. So they're giving the points how to correct our own self also. So don't be so rude and say, okay, try to correct completely in one day. Give it some time, and also transfer one thing at a time. Don't take everything together. Very nice, Mataji. Sravanam is helping me a lot. That's what I can say. Because even I can't read, I don't have a book with me. Still, I want to listen and see what's happening in the class, and that is very nice of you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yeah, that's so nice, Mataji. Thank you for sharing this, Mataji. Yeah. So we will stop here. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. We did 3 verses today. So next time we will see from verse number 21, which is like again important verse. So there are only 24 verses in this chapter. We will try to finish it in next class or maybe after that. And once we finish that class, what we do is usually we read this complete chapter. Everyone get a chance to read the translation and Sanskrit also. So if you are willing, please keep books close to you so that you will be able to participate in that. So after 1 or 2 classes, we will read this entire 16th chapter. Okay, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna, Vancha Kalpatarubhesha, Krupa Sindhubheva Patitanam Pavnebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai, Gurudev
Hare
ki
Krishna.
jai. Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much,
Hare
Mataji.
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna.
Radhe
Hare
Hare
Radhe.
Krishna.
धन्यवाद माता जी.
धन्यवाद
Thank you,
प्रभु.
Mataji. Thank you very much.
Thank you Mataji.
Dandavat
Hari
pranam.
Dandavat pranam.
बस जाने तक करूँ तो पैक
Welcome. If you are a Scan It customer, please scan the barcode on your Scan It or Scan It mobile device. Scan your bonus card now, or select one of the options below. Please follow the instructions on the pin pad. Your bonus card has been accepted. $3.99. Place your item in the bagging area. How many store-provided bags did you use? Scan coupon now. Insert coupon into slot under the blinking light. Press the continue button. Please wait. System processing. Please follow the instructions on the pin pad. Please remember to take your receipt. Thank you for shopping at Giant. Welcome. If you are a Janet customer,
What time do you think? Well, today I get up at 12. Also, I'm not supposed to. I'm actually doing